Good evening and welcome. For more than 30 hours straight, the Indian Armed Forces are conducting a very active anti-terror operation. In fact, from Wednesday evening, the Indian Armed Forces had got an input of 8 to 10 groups of terrorists active in the Rajouri-Poonch region. At around 3:45 p.m. yesterday, the coward Pakistani terrorists attacked the Indian Armed Forces. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 of our brave soldiers have been martyred, but the entire force is on the hot pursuit of avenging this coward Pakistani terror attack. So coward and so pathetic are these Pakistani terrorists because this attack comes on the heels of the blanket of winter setting in as a last-ditch measure to push their homebred and raised Pakistani terrorists into India. So cowardly are these Pakistani terrorists that initial inputs are claiming that they were handed American-made M4 carbine rifles which are used by the Pakistani army. So cowardly are these Pakistani terrorists and their handlers in what they call their army that we are told that have executed this terror attack in cahoots with the frantically panicking Beijing. Let us not forget that India moved a force of the Rashtriya Rifles from this very Poonch sector to Ladakh to counter the Chinese. And the chatter, as per our sources, is that there is a definite hotline, a Chinese imprint to this cowardly terror attack executed by the servile Pakistani terrorists, masters of whom we all know. This cowardice of constantly going back to target the Indian Armed Forces at the thick forest regions of Rajouri and Poonch in stealth from 2021 to 2023 is a pattern that cannot be lost. This cowardice, ladies and gentlemen, is such that the Pakistanis can never face India on a real battlefield. They will use one cowardly terror attack after the other, borrowed weapons from their army, ideas from their handlers in Beijing, if it comes to it. And my view tonight is this, ladies and gentlemen, we need to promise as a nation tonight, a promise today as a nation to the families of those who have laid down their lives, a promise to the children who have lost their fathers tonight, that the revenge will be so unforgiving that the world will watch, that this revenge will be a final solution to Pakistani terror at India's borders. We are told that India is going all out, ladies and gentlemen. And with the operation still on, our promise is to the forces at the border executing that final solution. And as Indians, we are together in saying that we are backing them to reach Pakistan, a befitting lesson like never before. Debate number 1 tonight, 4 Jawans martyred as the Pakistani cowards attack an army vehicle. The Indian Army is on an all-out to avenge this martyrdom now. That's debate number 1 tonight. Debate number 2 with Abhishek this evening. Another day and another flop show for the opposition as the Jantar Mantar showdown completely flops. That's at 10 p.m. tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as of now, the Indian Army has launched an all-out cordon and search operation to avenge the death of our bravehearts. Sources say there is a China-Pakistan link to this targeted terror attack. So is a spooked China aiding Pakistan now? And what is the coordination? Here are the developments on the ground, and then we debate.
Ambushed in Poonch. 4 of our bravehearts martyred, 3 injured, and India has launched an all-out operation. Aerial surveillance, sniffer dogs, and a massive number of troops are on the ground. Their only aim to track down the terrorists hiding in the forested areas of Poonch. The National Investigation Agency is on the ground to investigate.
the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army got to know that the terrorists were using M4 carbine, the US-made assault rifle that they have got from across the border. The National Investigation Agency was informed of the same, and the NIA constituted a team that was sent to the encounter spot to analyze the evidences that are recovered. The State Investigation Agency along with the central agencies also visited the spot. Also, the new revised strategy that will be adopted to flush out the Pakistani terrorist.
Top sources say that the targeted attack was a planned strategy by China and Pakistan to divert troops from Ladakh to Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has allegedly infiltrated 25 to 30 troops in Poonch to provoke India.
Post the surgical strikes in 2016, Pakistan has gone in for a tactical change. In fact, houses of locals in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir are now being used as terror launch pads. Terrorists stay inside these civilian houses, which are typically not very far away from the border areas. Not just that, the training of these terrorists are not only taking place in the border areas, but also in the hinterland.
Terror group People's Anti-Fascist Front has claimed responsibility for the attack. Security agencies suspect that the terror group might be a new front for Jaish-e-Mohammed.
The Republic has learned from the sources that the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed is involved in yesterday's terror attack. The Republic has accessed the picture of in which they have holding the Lashkar-e-Toiba US-based weapon in their hand, which targeted the army convoy, in which 4 Jawans have lost their lives and 3 are still critical who have been hospitalized in Jammu.
Is China taking Pakistan's help to open a new front against India? Let's debate.
From Islamabad, I have Dr. Saeed Ilahi, Javed Khan and Faraz Saeed. From Delhi, I have Colonel Shailendra Singh in the studio, Major Gaurav Arya. My first question is to General G.D. Bakshi. General Bakshi, given the situation that Pakistan is in, financially, strategically, otherwise, and the fact that the interim Pakistan Prime Minister says, I will do anything for China, I owe my existence to China, how do you view this infiltration and this attack? General Bakshi, do you hear me? Yes, sir.
Hello.
Did you hear the question?
Your voice is getting cut, but I'd like to make a few pertinent points. I was General Officer commanding Romeo Force. I have operated in exactly the same area. Let me tell you some things. By 2005, after Operation Sarp Vinash, we had broken the back of terrorists in this area. This area had gone totally dormant. Then, after Uri and Balakot, and after we removed Article 370, Pakistan went crying to China. China, in response, put pressure in Ladakh. Since this was a dormant sector, uniform force was taken out from here, lock, stock and barrel, and deployed in Ladakh. So the troop density on the ground, was thinned out by quite a great margin because the area was dormant. Last 3 years, because Pakistan has got a bloody nose in the valley, they have been trying to reactivate their terrorist network south of the Pir Panjal. The forests here are extremely dense. Even in my time, every time we had to fight in the forest, we would lose 4 to 5 boys. Ultimately, we realized the solution was to localize them and use heavy mortars, 81 mortars, fire phosphorus and mixed HE and set that bloody area on fire, burn these guys. The true answer is, Arnab, it is time to hit back across the border. It is time to abrogate the ceasefire. Enough is enough. We need to repeat Balakot or Uri or any new variant that we may have, right? And at the same time, in local, firefights, we should not just push in troops, but we should localize these people in the dense forest patches and use heavy weapons and white phosphorus if we have to burn these guys. That's my take.
So that appears to be the view also. I want to get Colonel Shailendra's view also on this, because Pakistan may be doing this at Chinese behest, but if we really push hard, the Pakistanis are actually at their weakest. Strong ground offensive, use of heavy weapons, move the people across, break the ceasefire. There's no respect for the ceasefire anyway. Let Pakistan really be taught a lesson, because we can sort of corner them on both sides. The Chinese won't come to their aid if that happens. So what's the option there? Colonel Shailendra saying, should we just go ahead and hammer the Pakistanis really nice and proper this time? Otherwise, these kind of incidents are intolerable now. And they are so weak anyway. They are a very feeble nation.
Arnab, if you can allow me, I'll put the same words in a very different and a mature way, where my three panelists from Pakistan will fully agree with us. This is not a war. This is not a war against Pakistan. It is a war against terrorism. And I'm sure Pakistanis are as much affected by it. I don't think anybody from our panel would ever say that don't act against terrorism. I'm sure they will all agree with it. Only difference is that we are there to help Pakistanis to eliminate this terrorism which is erupting from their side of border. Terrorism, if doesn't have a border, why should there be a border to finish them?
So we cross the border.
We have to. There is no way.
Yeah.
Why trouble even Pakistan? Give a call to the DGMO. In next 30 minutes, we are crossing. Do what you like.
The Pakistanis do the moment we do that. I mean, if we cross the border, we just move in. At this point of time, given their present situation, politically, economically, militarily, what can they do, Gaurav? If we just move in, we deploy in the usual sort of strategic strike fashion. At this point of time, what would be the Pakistani response? What can they really do?
When we abrogated Article 370 and 35A, they did nothing. The most famous leader after Muhammad Ali Jinnah was the Prime Minister at that point in time, Imran Khan.
Can't hear Gaurav.
And General Qamar Javed Bajwa was the army chief.
Gaurav.
Am I audible, Arnab?
Can't hear Gaurav.
Arnab, I'll come back. Let me try and figure out.
Yeah, you're there. I get you now.
Okay, yeah. So Arnab, what I'm trying to say is that you're saying that the Pakistani army can't do anything today.
A stronger movement vis-a-vis Pakistan.
Even when we abrogated Article 370 and 35A, Pakistanis couldn't do anything, Arnab. They were not able to do anything. Imran Khan was the Prime Minister. General Qamar Javed Bajwa was the army chief. They did nothing except talk. And that is what these people do. Arnab, I think the solution is not to kill terrorists. This whole thing about killing terrorists is wrong. We should aim to kill Pakistani army soldiers. And when those dead bodies reach the villages in Pakistan, then Pakistan will wake up, because they have all these funny madrasas in Pakistan, radical Islamists. They keep on producing jihadis like cookies. So there is no point. You kill 100 jihadis, they'll produce 500 more. The idea is to they kill 4 of our soldiers. They martyr 5 of our soldiers. And even if we kill 100 of their jihadis, that is not vengeance. It has to be a colonel for a colonel. It has to be a captain for a captain. So Pakistani army is not losing any personnel of their own. They have these crazy radical Islamist jihadis who are coming to India, Arnab. They are always gaining in that, because we are losing our people from the army.
Yeah.
Who are they losing? Jihadis. The idea is to go ahead and kill Pakistani army personnel. When they have dead bodies in their villages, Arnab, when they have a brigadier or a colonel or a captain, his dead body coming to his village, then the Pakistanis will wake up. And I think that is what... Hafiz Saeed, hamari problem nahi hai, Arnab. Hafiz Saeed is not a big thing. The idea is to go after their army chief, go after their generals, go after their captains and majors, and this entire lobby, this entire Fauji apparatus in Pakistan. When let's say 4 of our brothers have died, you should just shell their brigade. Colonel Shailendra Singh is from artillery. He knows the capabilities of the Indian army. We just carpet bomb or just shell their entire brigade headquarters, wipe out one brigade headquarters, all this nonsense will stop, Arnab. Jungle bashing in this thing. I know the area where what this thing is talking about, General Bakshi, I was posted there along the line of control. I was in Poonch also. At that time, it used to be part of 25 Div. I don't know it's part of which Div right now. I'm not aware. But during that time, 25 Div. And I'm also aware of this Operation Sarf-Vinash. It happened after I left the army. But I have read about this Operation Sarf-Vinash. You have the Sarf-Vinash thing once again. And General Bakshi gave them the treatment. General Bakshi was 9 sector commander in that Kistawal area. And there are stories about General Bakshi that have been told, which I will not say. I think General Bakshi sir is there in front of us. He'll tell the stories. After which everybody ठंडे पड़ गए थे General Bakshi के सामने when he was the commander 9 sector. ये सारे के सारे ठंडे पड़ गए थे जितने हीरो बनते हैं. So anyway, coming back to the point, Arnab, what you need to do is drop 15-20 Pakistani army personnel. All this will calm down. ये टेररिस्ट मारने से कुछ नहीं होगा. हमारी स्ट्रेटेजी गलत है. टेररिस्ट को छूना भी नहीं है. जनरल आसिम मुनीर के पीछे पड़ो, आप इनके ब्रिगेडियर्स के पीछे पड़ो, आप इनके कर्नल कैप्टन मेजर्स के पीछे पड़ो और इनके कैप्टन कर्नल्स मेजर्स, इनके सिपाही, इनके जेसीओ, इनकी लाशें भेजो पंजाब के गांव में, पाकिस्तानी पंजाब में. ये सारे के सारे फिट हो जाएंगे, सब फिट हो जाएंगे. they need dead bodies in पाकिस्तानी पंजाब, फौजी डेड बॉडीज. they don't need terrorists. टेररिस्ट को नहीं मारना, पाकिस्तानी फौज को ठोको.
So the opportunity is right. I think the consensus on the Indian side is that the moment is also right. Globally, things are also right. We must look at it that way. And we are all clear that we can finish off the Pakistanis in a couple of days in a real war. Otherwise, General Bakshi, this thing will continue. So I think the question is, Dr. Saeed Elahi and Javed Khan, let's have a real war. Let's not do it this way. The general military consensus on our side is that every time that you have faced us in a real war, you've been wiped out, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000 Pakistanis killed, 93,000 Pakistanis surrendering, largest prisoner of war surrender after World War II, 9,000 to 10,000 Pakistani soldiers killed in 1971, right? 10 million refugees as a result of the crushing defeat. 99, Nawaz Sharif admits we have lost more than 2,700 soldiers, wiped out. Northern Right Infantry, wiped out during Kargil. You refuse to
let us respond as well, Arnab.
Soldiers. And therefore, Dr. Saeed Elahi, my point is that at this point of time, if you understand the directionally unrestricted ray gun array, Durga 2 program based on energy from lasers and microwaves, we will microwave your country within half an hour. You understand, Dr. Elahi, Javed Khan, what I am saying? We can microwave all of Pakistan within half an hour with the kind of technology and the military prowess which we have, compared to which you are a, what would I say? You are worse than the sort of most underdeveloped African nation. Okay. We have a lot of money. We have the ability. We'll finish you off economically and militarily in a couple of hours and win the game in a couple of hours. So, let's have that I'm telling you this, Dr. Elahi, that don't get overexcited. Cool it a little bit. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister. 2 बार आप लोगों को पकड़ के मारा है.
Last 15 minutes.
2 बार आप लोगों को धो डालेंगे. So what Gaurav is saying is very with cool intent. We have the largest reserve military personnel. हमारे तो 2.2 million military reserves. Right? You should understand the country you are dealing with. हमारी तो defense budget is over $80 billion. You don't know who you are dealing with anymore. उतना time नहीं लगेगा इस बार. This time, we won't even take so much as long. Will we take as long? I don't think so. If you look at like-to-like comparison of the Pakistanis,
let's have a response.
That will also go away. Anyway, they have no money to run Pakistan International.
If you continue speaking, then what's the point in having 3 Pakistani analysts?
Dr. Elahi and Javed ji, response is not in words. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and decide what you are doing.
Okay, then
no China will help you if you move. If we move, huh? Remember Javed and Saji. No Chinese will help you when we move.
Basically, it is a kind of a delusion your country is suffering from. You will come on the
same program.
I think you haven't forgotten what happened on February 2019. You tried the same venture, what your analysts are talking about. You tried to cross Pakistan line of control, and what happened is a history. If you repeat the same mistake, I think what you're going to get is. Arnab, please let me speak.
Pakistanis are so funny. They
managed why
one pilot.
I am telling you very coolly today. I am telling you very coolly today.
Arnab,
you have 1,200
I think this is a very dangerous brinkmanship. You're talking about what General Bakshi said and what Gaurav Arya said. Crossing the line of control.
I'm not doing brinkmanship at all.
Army is a full.
I'm not doing brinkmanship at all. I'm talking General Bakshi and Gaurav, please, on the left. I'm not doing brinkmanship.
I mean, what General Bakshi?
I'm not doing brinkmanship. I'm telling you about what you are doing. I'm telling you about what you are doing and the likely consequences.
What Gaurav Arya said.
I've got military experts on my program to give you a sense of why you should stop this sense of adventurism at China's behest.
But Arnab, you understand what will happen if you cross the line of control and if you target Pakistan's military in Azad Kashmir. What will happen?
Nothing will happen.
Pakistan will hit back everything Pakistan has.
Pakistan does not have petrol.
Pakistan has a very small.
टैंकों में डालने के लिए तेल है नहीं आपके पास. Pakistan will do that. Pakistan will do that.
India has.
You have to.
You don't have the fuel for your vehicles.
It's not possible.
बहुत जल्दी आपके जनरल पैदल ऑफिस जाने वाले हैं. आपका आर्मी चीफ पैदल ऑफिस जाएगा. कार में डालने के लिए तेल नहीं है. क्या बात कर रहे हो सर?
Pakistan has, including non-conventional weapons as well. Because
sir, you don't have anything. आप झूठ बोलते हो. All you have is Lahori Churan. You have nothing. सब झूठ है.
Powerful country, armed forces wise, technology wise,
बेकार की बात है.
Violate sovereignty. What will happen?
Nothing you have, nothing will have, nothing will happen. इनको पकड़ के ठोको. मैं बता रहा हूँ अर्नब.
Gaurav,
मैं बता रहा हूँ. कोई.
It's not a cricket match. It is not.
No. It's not a cricket match. I'll tell you something. You were
happened to India.
You were feeling very happy when Arnab mentioned the microwave. आपको क्या सोच रहे थे? आपके लिए खाना पक रहा है? You were smiling about the microwave. He's talking about microwaving you. Now let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing, sir. एक मिनट. अरे सर आपके मुल्क के 2 टुकड़े कर दिए. शर्म आपको आई नहीं? बांग्लादेश जाने के लिए वीजा चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए?
You're not afraid of
Bangladesh.
We are not afraid of you. Try and cross the line of control, and you will find out.
You are not afraid of us. You are terrified.
Order your DGMO. I mean,
you are terrified.
Game you're talking about.
You are absolutely terrified of us. You're not afraid. You're terrified.
Let us be responsible analysts. Here we are talking about a full
Saeed Elahi, because I'm getting audio. I need audio on both sides.
No.
I need General Bakshi and Elahi on the.
There is no responsible.
I need
analyst.
1 minute.
Do not.
It is Gaurav. Can I bring in General Bakshi also? No, Gaurav. If these Pakistanis are not understanding, they could not handle even the economic implications of the 1965 war. Be a realist, Dr. Saeed Elahi. You are a political analyst. Maybe you are not an economic analyst. And General Bakshi is on the program. You cannot sustain 24 hours of an all-out war with India. Please, Dr. Elahi, listen to me. I am still telling you calmly, you could not handle the economic implications of the 65 war.
Children are a child's game.
Javed, 1 minute. Can I get Dr. Elahi and GD Bakshi on the screen, please? See, Dr. Elahi, you can do this up to a point. The only point of debate tonight is this. You can be like this housefly, or a mosquito that keeps buzzing in somebody's ears till somebody swats you and kills you. It is as simple as that. Even the mosquito, till the very end, till it is swatted and starts bleeding, thinks that it has a real sense of power over any of its people or any human being who it torments. You are like a mosquito or a housefly. Dr. Ilahi, don't mind my telling you this. What General Bakshi has said is a geostrategic point. I cannot hear you in the studio, so till the audio is fixed, I'll stop. 1 minute. I will have to get the audio in the studio.
Can I come in?
I will have to get the audio in the studio to be able to do the debate. Till then, General Bakshi is on the debate. Only those whose video is through should be on the screen, please. Yes, General Bakshi, please.
You know, Arnab, I'd just like to remind our Pakistani interlocutors that their country is on the brink of economic collapse. You know, it is a state which is bankrupt, and it just needs one nudge to push it over the economic edge, you know, and flush it down the wash basin of history. It is an over-militarized state. Nawaz Sharif, in his latest talk in Pakistan, has accused the Pakistani army of bankrupting that state. You get into a mess with us, my dear interlocutors from Pakistan, you will cease to exist. You will destroy
General Bakshi,
yourself
you were suggesting
as it is,
of
you
war
are
against Pakistan.
living from one dole to the other.
Person,
and
will
I
any
have
sane
seen
person
the
do that,
pitiable
to declare
condition
war
that
between
Pakistan
the
was
two
in
nuclear-armed
the year of the
countries?
Lord 1971.
This is very childish.
We
talk.
have
You're
seen
talking
your
about a
country
senior armed
breaking
officer
into
retired,
two,
and you are
splintering
suggesting
into
that
two.
India should violate
We have seen
the line of
93,000
control
prisoners
and
of
international
war
border
surrendering.
and declare
Don't
war against Pakistan.
tempt
I mean,
fate.
you believe that Pakistan will not hit back
My sincere advice.
with full might and
Somebody on this
everything
panel
Pakistan
will
has
ask
right now.
me to be mature.
General Bakshi
I
is
am
now audio
in a
low.
very mature fashion telling you I have
General
taken this
Bakshi,
advice
please tell me.
to
Please tell
think
me.
twice before you provoke India.
Declaration of war.
Don't tempt fate. Don't invite a disaster. You are on the brink of economic meltdown. You are on the brink of civil war and worse. All that you need is even a limited war with India to push you over the abyss.
Do you seriously
to push you over the economic cliff?
If I may.
That's where you are. I'd love to have your reaction.
General Bakshi, I mean, my Indian fellows have really talked their emotions out, and I can understand because Pakistan did lost 29 soldiers just a month ago and have been falling victim to the rise of terrorism. I would only want to suggest that he is an emotional person because troops have laid their lives down, and it is an emotional issue for the nation. Any nation should be mourning this issue. And terrorism, General Bakshi, if I may, terrorism should only be dealt with the force. I am very principled on that. Any kind of terrorism should be dealt with the force. However, there should be a principled response. Find out, investigate whether there were any hands, what kind of hands were there behind the terror activities. I mean, you still have postal claims that it is the Pakistani hands behind the terrorism, but there is no official statement, official documents, because had there been any, your Ministry of External Affairs should have sent dossiers or highlighted that issue formally. I would suggest let's wait for who's behind these attacks, because Pakistan too has been facing the worst kinds of terrorism for the past 1 year. And I mean, the kind of rifles that identified that were the American rifles that were used in this incident that killed almost 3 Indian troops, the same rifles were used when 29 Pakistani soldiers were martyred.
Faraz, 1 minute, please. Faraz, I want to just, because there is Faraz, 1 minute, please. Faraz, listen to me. There is no doubt in anybody's mind, my mind, Colonel Shailendra's mind, yes, audio and up here. Faraz, listen, you are the citizen of the most cowardly and gutless nation in the world. Throughout your entire history, you have not even come close to bothering India on the battlefield. Okay? You can send 8 to 10 groups of terrorists in the Poonch Rajouri region. Okay? And you can train them for jungle warfare. But the problem when you talk about it, when you come to my show and say I care about it, You go and ask yourself today, what is the weapon, right, which was used? The weapon is the M4 carbine rifle. The M4 carbine rifle is the most essential of the Pakistani army's infantry weapons. So the simple question is, did you steal it from Afghanistan when you were buddies, or is this part of your American imports for the Pakistani army? Don't come unprepared on my program. There is more than enough evidence and Gaurav will tell you more about it. Post the 2016 strikes on terror launch pads and mounting international pressure, you moved the terrorists to the houses of locals, right, in certain areas along the LOC. Every house of a civilian is a terror launch pad on your directions. Okay? These are 1 minute distance from the Indian border. During the onset of winter, infiltration in the northern reaches becomes difficult due to heavy snowfall. You have to prove your loyalty to the Chinese once. The point is, Gaurav and Shailendra, you need to tell him. The Chinese have told you, prove your loyalty to us once. And this is what you're doing. You are working for your official owners. China is bothered by Indian Army's deployment in Ladakh. They've told you to do this and you've done it with your expendables. What you've not thought is what will happen when the Indians hit you back. 1 minute. We will hit you back. Do you understand for us? Ask Gaurav.
That should not.
Ask Gaurav, हम आपको मारेंगे. Ask Gaurav, ask Shailendra Singh, हम घुसकर आपको मारेंगे. हम घुसकर मारेंगे आपको. I am telling you, we will hit you back. I'm sorry. Don't get nervous now. Don't get nervous now. We will hit you back.
What do you expect out of it?
We will hit you back. No, we will hit you back heavily. Gaurav, I think these Pakis have not realized how we are going to deal with them. You will cry. You will cry like the Hamas is crying now. We are going to hit you back and occupy you. No, forget it. You have no idea. You have no idea. No, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like the Hamas had no idea. The Hamas had no idea.
It's simple warm.
Be prepared. Don't cry later.
Make a mistake.
Don't cry later. Don't use any card then. Don't use any card then. Every card will be lost. Gaurav is responding. Shailendra is responding. Gaurav, I think you need to give him a sense of our intent.
Arnab, I just want to tell the Pakistan.
Damn your tactical nuclear weapons. 1 minute, Gaurav, give me a sense of reality, tactical nuclear weapons.
Arnab, I just want to tell the Pakistanis one thing. You know, they have, allow me to respond. Your name is not Gaurav.
The current problem.
Oh, bhai, your name is not Gaurav. Please allow me to respond.
I mean, it is good for like appeasing the
Gaurav.
It is only good for appeasing the public.
Okay. Now, let me tell you one thing. Arnab, the Pakistanis have a very bad habit of always trying to insinuate that they'll use atomic weapons. You know, we are a nuclear weapon state. Oh, hell with your state nuclear.
Do you have any?
1999. Sir, एक मेरी बात सुनो सर. सर छठो सर इसको बातों पे बच्चों वाली बातें मत करो मेरे सामने. 1999 कारगिल. मेरी 1999 कारगिल. और सर मेरी बात तो सुन लो. हुजूर बात तो सुन लो मेरी. बात तो सुन लो आप. 1999 Kargil. In 1999, both India and Pakistan were nuclear weapon state. You saw space for a limited war. You did that limited war. कुछ हुआ न्यूक्लियर वॉर? कुछ नहीं हुआ. कल हम घुस जाएंगे लाहौर के अंदर.
उधर तो हमने घुस के मारा था ना गौरव. उधर तो हमने घुस के मारा था ना. वो लिमिटेड वॉर कहाँ थी वो?
सर एक मिनट, एक बात बताओ, क्यों झूठ बोलते हो? पाकिस्तान
अरे भाई एक सेकंड
पाकिस्तान
गौरव
एक मिनट, अलाउ मी टू रिस्पॉन्ड. कर्नल शैलेंद्र सर प्लीज. मैं ये कह रहा हूं, पाकिस्तान एक अकेली बदनसीब कौम है जो अपने बच्चों से झूठ बोलती है. यू लाई टू योर चिल्ड्रन. हमने घुस के मारा था.
तो क्या घुस के नहीं मारा था?
सोल्जर्स की लाशें नहीं उठाई. शर्म आनी चाहिए. आपके सोल्जर्स की लाशें नहीं उठाई. You did not pick up the bodies of your soldiers. क्यों झूठ बोलते हो अपने बच्चों से?
क्या आपने
क्या मुंह लेकर जाओगे?
आपने अपने सोल्जर्स की बॉडी निकाली थी?
एक मिनट सर, we were operating on our soil.
अरे वो आप घुस के मारेंगे तो यही होगा ना.
सर एक मिनट, आप क्या घुस के मारेंगे क्या बच्चे? सर इतने बड़े हो गए अभी तक नहीं आई आपको. अपने अभी भी 300-400 लाशें पाकिस्तानियों की पड़ी हैं कारगिल में, अभी तक शर्म नहीं आई सर।
उन हाइट्स पे
लाशें छोड़ दी।
उन हाइट्स पे कौन पहुंचा था? उन हाइट्स पे कौन पहुंचा था?
जनरल झूठा,
वो पाकिस्तान आर्मी पहुंची थी ना उन हाइट्स पे, जो आपकी हाइट्स थी, तो घुस के नहीं मारा था क्या?
कुछ घुस के नहीं मारा था, झूठ बोल के मारा था, झूठ बोल के घुस गए थे अंदर, फिर जब जूते पड़े तो भागे। बिल क्लिंटन के पैर छुए, बिल क्लिंटन के पैर छुए, बाप ने मार दिया, अब्बू ने मार दिया, माफ कर दो, भूल गए आप? बिल क्लिंटन के पैर छूने कौन गया था? किसने घुटने पकड़े थे बिल क्लिंटन के? क्यों झूठ बोलते हो सर? इतने बड़ी हो, आपकी उम्र हो गई है, अपने बच्चों से झूठ बोलोगे? बच्चे भी बोलेंगे अब्बू झूठा है। सर प्लीज
आप ये बताएं कि जब आप यू मोबिलाइज मिलियंस ऑफ ट्रूप्स, you went back, you talked about the nuclear brinkmanship.
नहीं, कोई न्यूक्लियर नहीं है, आपके फुस पटाखे हैं पिछली दिवाली के, कुछ काम नहीं करने वाले।
अच्छा तो ट्राई
न्यूक्लियर का छोड़ो, इनको ठोको, मैं बता रहा हूँ
गौरव,
जो भी सुन रहा है इनको ठोको, और ये जो स्क्रीन में इसको भी ठोको।
Why don't you try?
बहुत ज्यादा बोल रहा है, इसको भी ठोको, सबको ठोको इनको सुनो मेरी बात। आप ये जब कारगिल और अभिनंदन की बात कर रहे हो ना,
Gaurav, 1 minute, one minute. Just one point I want to bring in. Shailendra Singh wants to intervene for a minute. Colonel Shailendra Singh wants to intervene on the point made by Faraz, and then I'm coming back to General Bakshi.
2019
point you're making, Colonel Shailendra Singh to Faraz. I think we lost him, but you can make your point there.
Faraz and my respected panelist from Pakistan, I am calling you respected. Please stand by it. आप लोग जिस लड़ाई की बात कर रहे हैं कि आ जाओ एलओसी क्रॉस करके, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे देता हूं जिसमें आप अपने आप
स्टार्ट किया, आपने बात की कि लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल को
ये जो बार-बार आप लड़ाई की बात कर रहे हैं, भाई आप एक बात बताइए, बांग्लादेश में हम आए थे ना, आपके साथ क्या हो गया? आपकी 93,000 जो पतलूने हैं वो आज तक वहां टंगी हुई हैं। आप शर्म की बात कर रहे हैं, आप इज्जत की बात कर रहे हैं। मत करिए अपनी कौम के साथ गद्दारी, मत करिए, मत बोलिए कि आपने कोई इज्जत कमाई है। वो 93,000 पतलूने आपके रिकॉर्ड पर हैं। मत बोलिए कि हमने घुस के मारा, क्यों नहीं उसकी बॉडी आपने उठाई, वो बॉडी इस कंधे ने उठाई है, मैं आपका चश्मदीद गवाह हूं। आप किस बात पर इज्जत कमा रहे हैं? क्यों अपनी कौम के साथ खेल रहे हैं? क्यों अपनी मुसलमानियत को नीचे दिखा रहे हैं कि नहीं हमने घुस के मारा?
अभी आप
क्या घुस के मारा आपने?
अभी जो जंग की आप बात कर रही हैं,
आपको बोलते हुए कि आप अपनी कंट्री के सामने आज एक्नॉलेज कर रहे हैं कि हमने घुस के मारा, और कल आपने मुझसे वो बॉडीज उठवाई हैं। मैं उसका फिजिकल एविडेंस हूं, मैंने उठाई है। आप किसकी इज्जत की बात कर रहे हैं? आप कौन से टैक्टिकल न्यूक्लियर वेपन की बात कर रहे हैं? विच न्यूक्लियर वेपन ऑफ योर्स इज टैक्टिकल? 100 ग्राम वाला, 200 ग्राम वाला, या पहिया वाला? ये मैंने नहीं बोला है, आपके पार्लियामेंट में आपने बोला है। My dear sir, I am trying to respect you as a country, which you actually don't deserve. Now you are forcing me. You are actually forcing me to specify that when I said we will have to go across and eliminate this terrorism, what I meant is the mind behind it, वो जड़ जो है, the root behind it has to be eliminated. You are not understanding the simple language. Then allow me to put it so bluntly to you, because education is a rare thing in your country. You are now forcing me to say words which I don't. I never use such words against a Pakistani who was earlier part of me as a Hindustan.
You believe
allow me,
surrender फौज के सिपाही हैं,
आपका मुसलमान है, आप इस वर्ल्ड क्लास बात करेंगे तो you will have to face it. This is no
सरेंडर फौज के सिपाही अर्नब है, मियां वाली के जितने नियाजी हैं सब सरेंडर।
वेरी अनफेयर।
I want to,
this is very unfair.
I want to,
अभी अनफेयर नहीं, अभी हथियार डालने
I want to, there's nothing unfair, Javed Khan ji. You are going to come in, you are going to see, you are the ones who try to hit. When we hit you back, then you start crying. And I am just saying, and that General Bakshi is with us today. We all know his track record, and I think we must say that he has in service done things which Major Gaurav Arya referred to, which we are all very proud of. General Bakshi, Major Arya is right. We should just go for the Pakistani army, because history is witness to the fact that there is no differentiation between the terrorists and their Pakistani military establishment collaborators. Sir, in the country, you are perhaps the number one person in a wargaming situation. General Bakshi, a serious point to you now. you are probably the foremost expert of India as far as wargaming situations is concerned globally. I'm not trying to be a warmongerer here, but in a war game situation, how would it play out in your view? How long would it take? And what external aid would Pakistan receive, if any, if we were to move forward?
Arnab, thank you. The precedent we have is 13 days it took us in 1971 to advance 550 kilometers to the capital of East Pakistan, then East Pakistan, Dhaka. And the simple fact is, the material difference in the story which our Pakistani interlocutors keep talking about is the nuclearization of the subcontinent. They keep threatening us with the 1.5 pow, 2 pow bombs that their minister was flaunting in the parliament. The simple fact that I would like to put before these interlocutors is, the Kargil war lasted for 3 months. How many nuclear bombs, missiles were fired by Pakistan into Indian territory? Zero. Zilch. Because the simple fact is, there is mutual deterrence. Russia has, over 5,000 nuclear bombs. How many of them have been used in the last 2 years? You don't have 1/100th of the bombs that the Soviet Union, the Russians have. They haven't used any because there is symmetry. Get your logic right. Check your facts. You are in the most precarious position as a country. You are facing economic meltdown, almost a civil war situation. You just need one last nail in your coffin, and that will be if you provoke India. I completely agree with Gaurav Arya. The real terrorist organization in Pakistan is the Pakistan Army, which has been the bridgehead for spreading terrorism to all corners of the globe. And it is about time they are held to account. It is about time that we raise costs and consequences. I'll just leave it at that so that you can smoke this, put this in your pipe and smoke it. We will raise costs and consequences for you. We just give you a nudge to push you over the economic precipice.
Just big talk. I think we haven't forgotten what happened in 2001 and 2. When you mobilized, that was the biggest mobilization after the World War II. What happened? When you mobilized about 1 million troops, you deployed them along the line of control, and ultimately you had to go back. It was only because of the nuclear capability Pakistan had. Have you forgotten that, General Bakshi? You are a military man.
Again,
you know that.
Again, you are twisting facts.
All right. I will answer that pertinent question. I'll reply to you.
We are bankrupt on your mind.
Parakram was followed by Kargil.
Ultimately, what happened?
3 months of Kargil. How many bombs did you use?
Which happened.
How many bombs did you use? Did you have the guts to use against India? Because your bombs are of a lower kilotonnage. Most of them are not even tactical nuclear weapons. Our bombs can go into, absolutely into the megaton range. We will fry you. You dare use one, you will get a massive response. And you know it. It is that which deterred you in Kargil. 3 months there was a war raging.
You mobilized.
Is that not a fact?
That was
3 months there was a raging war.
In the history,
how many nukes did Pakistan use?
And what happened?
I'm now giving you the example of Ukraine.
No, but
the latest.
Thing,
in the military, go by the latest.
Other thing, Javed Khan.
War gaming.
Javed Khan.
I would ask you.
I would appropriately reply to what you have said. Javed Khan ji, you're very elderly.
Over 2
Don't
years
make me raise my voice with you.
Have not been able to.
Gaurav Arya, what Javed Khan is not factoring in, and what Faraz also probably has not factored in, is the change in the mood in India.
What can you do?
The change. I can't hear General Bakshi.
You have to take it on the chin because you invite.
I can't hear General Bakshi in the studio. Thank you, General Bakshi. I couldn't hear you, so I intervened there. Javed and Faraz, one thing that both of you must factor and every Pakistani must factor.
Sound ही नहीं गई.
Okay? You must factor the change of the country, the change in India, the strength of India, the power of India, the wealth of India, the military might of India, the global standing of India, and also our political intent. Nowadays, we hit you. We carry out surgical strikes on you and you can do nothing. Also, Faraz, I'm thankful that
you did that in 2019.
You ran away from my program. Don't run away, Faraz, because I'm not finished with hitting you. I'm going to hit you a little bit more, Faraz, and please listen. You see, Faraz, people like you come and say, we are also concerned about terrorism. In that case, answer a limited question, and I hope you don't run away again. Because so many Pakistanis run away from me, thoda kharab lagta hai. The question is, Faraz, I am also concerned about terrorism. Can you tell me why your General Ziauddin Bhatt said that Osama bin Laden was hidden in Abbottabad with the full knowledge of Parvez Musharraf?
General Musharraf should be alive to answer that. Pakistan.
No, what, this and that? Huh? You have no answer. No, because you gave a lecture on terrorism before you ran away. Because you gave me a lecture on terrorism before you ran away, I have only a straight answer to you. Answer me. Why did Ziauddin Bhatt say that Bin Laden was hidden in Abbottabad with the knowledge and help of Parvez Musharraf?
That's false. That's false.
That's false. The US State Department's report on patterns on global terrorism, have you read it? It identified Islamabad as the chief sponsor of terrorist groups. Have you read it?
Well, the US is also holding inquiry into Indian law agents out operating their national. I mean, also calling you up for terror is their territory.
Do you really
we can't agree to all of this.
Realize how unconvincing you are sounding now? Gaurav?
क्या बंदा?
Your expression, no? Now if I ask you one more question, आप भाग जाओगे.
Answer with a conviction, not a problem.
You're about to run, Faraz.
नहीं अगर आप मेरी स्क्रीन
This is better.
हाँ वो better.
Exactly.
I like it.
That is a better expression.
Faraz, beta, you have got a zindagi to go ahead. Don't go ahead with wrong notions. Be very good.
Change.
Tactical nuclear weapon की बात करते हो, जनरल साहब के सामने. I think I can't speak in front of him what is a tactical nuclear weapon.
Exactly.
I'm so sad कि you become a wizard on tactical nuclear weapon. वो 100 ग्राम वाला tactical है या 1.5 किलो वाला मुझे नहीं पता. But you need to learn. There is no problem. Learning is a continuous process. But don't start comparing. Don't start comparing nuclear. My dear son, please. Faraz, you are a young man. You are going to grow into a good citizen of Pakistan. Speak responsibly. Speak with conviction.
They have been taught this thing.
This is not the way.
Faraz, I'm telling you. We are telling you something. Now don't run. Faraz, भागिए मत. We are telling you, आप लोगों को जो पढ़ाया है ना टैक्टिकल न्यूक्लियर वेपन, जनरल बख्शी ने पूछा ना, इतने टैक्टिकल न्यूक्लियर वेपन है, जब आपको पकड़ के मार रहे थे ना इतनी बार पिछले 20 सालों में सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की, कहां थे आपके टैक्टिकल न्यूक्लियर वेपन? गौरव, जनरल बख्शी asked you that question. कहां थे जनरल बख्शी? This tactical nuclear weapon rubbish. Even Hamas has told the Pakistanis to use their tactical nuclear weapons 2 days back.
Islamic bomb.
Read the Eurasia Times report.
Stop infantilizing me.
No, Arnab.
Give me this rubbish about tactical nuclear weapon.
Absolute hoax.
It
is delusional thinking on the part of Pakistan. Delusional thinking on the part of Pakistan.
But if you want to infantilize my opinion, then I will literally go out of this show.
Now, Faraz, you sound an intelligent man. Faraz, you sound an intelligent person.
Why should you go?
Why are you so scared?
Are you not watching what is happening in Ukraine?
I can't hear General Bakshi.
2 years, there has been an intense conventional conflict raging. Every kind of weapon system has been employed. Russia has so many thousands, over 5,000 nuclear warheads. Please tell me how many have been used there. You have 160 as per the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, right? Most of these are sub-tactical and tactical nuclear weapons, right? Sub-tactical, less than kiloton yield nuclear weapons. You expect them to be used. We have told you clearly in our enunciated nuclear doctrine that even one sub-tactical nuke will lead to general release from the Indian side. You are a country run fifth our size, you will cease to exist. आपके पूरे पाकिस्तान में कोई गेहूं नहीं उगेगी अगले 800 साल. Nuclear radioactive waste बन जाएंगे. Even if you use your entire arsenal, which is mostly a very light arsenal, you know, as per a lot of American specialists, your arsenal is very low yield.
Let's attack Pakistan's battalions officially. Why do you want to cross the borders when भाई sources आपने सारी जो मुद्दा है सारा जो आपने
when we want to we won't give you advance warning about it, but I'm glad that you're thinking in that direction. I'm glad you're thinking in that direction for us. Now prepare. Now all you need to do is sit and prepare. Don't ever think that what you have done will go unrebutted and unresponded. Anyway, for us, you're having a tough time today. But Gaurav will give you some advice on proper nuclear weapons after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the point is, if Pakistan is playing to Chinese intent, it's getting into dangerous territory for Pakistan itself.